Welcome everyone to SHIFTology Live. I'm your host Terry Wilderman, and we are interviewing members of the Limitless Prosperity Facebook group. I'm thrilled that you're here with us today because I have a very special member that I'm going to be featuring, and they're all special. But today, Wendy is quite extraordinary because she's got a background that is different from anyone that I have interviewed so far, not just in Shiftology Live, but in other podcasts. So, Wendy, I'm going to ask you to please introduce yourself to the Shiftology Live audience.
Hi there, Terry. I am so honored that you have asked me to be here today, and I am really happy to share my story with your audience. Just, just getting a little feedback there. So my backstory is this. I am a Trinidadian-born airline captain, retired, and that makes me special because at the time when I became a pilot, it was not the thing for ladies in my country to even think of doing. So I broke all the rules and I recreated the mold, and I flew for many years. It was my major career until I chose to retire and change hats completely and enter the world of feng shui. And in that process, I became a master feng shui consultant, and that's where I put my energies today. And I'm sure both of those are going to bring up a whole bunch of questions.
That is so cool because, like you, I broke the mold. I became a cop. So,
good for you.
It was like Cuban daughter. Cuban daughters don't do such things.
No.
Very well. So, Wendy, I'm curious. At this moment, you are the most important person in my world on Shiftology Live. What about you do you do that is meant to light up the world? And how do you do that?
I truly believe with every fiber of my being, Terry, that each of us is I would say magical being, but a divine energy in this body where we live. And I am no exception. The thing is, I am aware of it. I'm aware of it all the time. So that everything I do in the past and everything I hope to do till I die comes from that place where I believe the infinite power of the divine is inside of me and is only restricted by subconscious or conscious limitations that I might have picked up along the way. So every day, my journey is for myself to reprogram that and to extend myself into the infinite potential of that being and to help others do the same. So that in my vehicle of feng shui as master feng shui consultant, what I would say I do, my elevator speech would be, I help people to change their awareness of the chi, of the energy inside of themselves and in their environments, because of course our environments affect our personal energy. And with an awareness of your energy, with the chi balanced and strong, then you are capable of changing, transforming your lives and the lives of all the beings on this planet and, of course, the well-being of this planet. So it's my mission, my passion to help people step along that journey, a journey that I am myself stepping along and enjoying and loving and feeling from my heart that this is why I'm here.
So what got you from being an airplane pilot, though, into feng shui? That fascinates me.
Yes. What got you from being a cop?
Oh, all kinds of things. You know what got me? I was in law enforcement for only a short amount of time, and maybe 7, 8 years. But along the way, what got me into doing what I'm doing now is the fact that I got sick. And after I got, I became an image consultant to have fun, but then I ended up learning all kinds of holistic modalities because I had to heal myself.
Yes, and it did. I'm sure you did heal yourself.
I did.
Yes.
Well, we're going to be healing ourselves until we're in that wooden box.
I agree, because it's a journey, and I love the journey. And the journey has its ups and its downs, but each up or down has its reason, and then the benefit if you get the reason. So my story is that I was a pilot for many years, 24 years, until I also found I was getting sick. Oh, those are my babies. I'm sorry, but they are part of the soundtrack of my life.
No, that's okay. They need to be in this.
And I also have birds that you'll hear singing in the background. So I began to find that my body was not able to keep up with the scheduling, because there was so many missed nights sleep and the circadian rhythms were all over the place. I was always into health and maintaining health. And I found that the accumulation of all those years of fun, improper rest, I would say, made it hard for me to keep myself healthy. And I had to make a choice between a career that I loved, I was passionate about, and very good at, and my health. And after several attempts at retiring, I chose my health. And then in that period of transition, when I was looking for what else will I do with this life of mine that I believe is so amazing and precious, and I believe I'm here to do something that inspires. The flying, I was inspiring in the flying as well because of being the only female in that position in my country. I kept getting into, my intuition kept saying, check this out, check this out. So finally, I had no idea what feng shui was. I investigated it. I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I pursued it and continued studying until 7 years later, after my initial foray, I found myself qualified as a master consultant. And in the process of transitioning to that level, I realized this is now my joy. It's to help people transform their lives by changing the chi and the way they engage with the energy of everything. So that's what I've been doing, and I have no question that it's the part of the value that I bring to this world. Yeah.
That is absolutely brilliant. It really is. And it's all about shiftology. Shifting, and in the word shift stands for the spirituality, the honesty, the integrity, the freedom, and trust. That's what shift stands for in my world. And I see you honoring your spirituality, honoring yourself, being in integrity with who you are, and creating freedom because you trust yourself.
And helping others to create the same freedom should they be willing and ready to start the journey. Yes.
That is absolutely brilliant. I love it. Absolutely love it. So I'm curious.
Yes.
When, if people want to get in touch with you to have you work with them to do feng shui, how can they get in touch with you? And do you do it online?
Okay, so my umbrella is feng shui. What I do is consulting, counseling, coaching, mentoring, and I do teaching. And I've found that my greatest joy is teaching. Whether in any of those forums, I'm really teaching. I'm teaching people how to catch the fish themselves, so they don't need me as much. So I'm always teaching. And you reach me through Healing Spaces Caribbean, because Healing Spaces is what I do, and I live in the Caribbean. A lot of it is online now. It was in person before. I had clients that I would travel to, or who would travel to me, which was really fun. But right now, most of it is virtual. And I look forward to the day when I can have my workshops, because I love teaching workshops in the beautiful Caribbean locations that I used to. But right now, everything that I do is online.
Do you find it affects the chi or enhances the chi?
The online or the in-person?
Online.
Terry, at first I was very, very skeptical about this online thing for the work that I do. Mm-hmm. And because my obviously I have a great personal power when I'm with someone and walking into a space. If you're doing a space, which is not all that I do, but if you're doing a space for someone, feeling the space is very important to me, and getting the energy of the space. But I was dragged reluctantly to the virtual world to do these things because of the last 2 years. And I found that by just shifting the way I embraced it, I was able to do magic through the virtual space. So now I have there's been many blessings from this last couple of years. If you look for them, if you're open to them, that was one for me. It pushed me where I was not hoping to go into becoming very comfortable with the virtual space. So both of them are fine. Yes.
Well, I want to thank you so much for being here today, Wendy. You have shared so much about the power of energy, chi, feng shui, who you are. You shifted from being an airline pilot to being this amazing feng shui master consultant. That's what SHIFTology really is all about. It's about being able to shift with grace and to create impact in the lives of those we serve. And I know that you do that. So thank you so much for being here today on SHIFTology Live. And to our audience members, join the Limitless Prosperity Facebook group. And if you would like to be interviewed in this space, got to be a member. Thank you so very much. We will see you
Yes.
next time. And thank you, Wendy.
Thank you, Terry, for having me. And thank you, all the people who are watching this. We extend our chi and our love to you.
Bye.